So before we end this instructional video, I want to explain one more thought process, because all of these examples were great because we were possible to divide. But what if you can't divide? What are you going to do then? Well, you're going to ask yourself 3 questions. Before you simplify a product of a fraction in your integer, always ask yourself first, can I divide? If not, ask yourself, can I simplify? And if not, you're just going to multiply. So let's take a look at these 3 examples. Here we have 3/4 times 8. I'm going to start by putting my multiplication in the numerator and my division in the denominator. 3 times 8 divided by 4. Can I divide? Yes. Though I can't divide 3 by 4 evenly, I can divide 8 by 4. If you can divide, that's what you should do. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So my expression simplifies to 3 times 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. So 3/4 times 8 is 6, or you could say 6 is 3/4 of 8. So if you can divide, you should do it. It makes your life a lot easier. Let's take a look at this second example, 3/4 times 10. We're going to start by putting our multiplication in the numerator. 3 times 10 divided by 4. Can I divide here? I know I can't divide 3 by 4, but I also can't divide 10 by 4. So I'm kind of stuck here. Well, this is where our work with simplifying can come in. Instead of dividing, I'm going to try to simplify one of these 2 fractions. Again, looking at 3 and 4, I can't simplify those. They don't have any common factors. But can I simplify 10 and 4? Yeah, 10 and 4 have a common factor of 2. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to factor out a big one of 2 halves. I'm going to factor out 2 from 10 and factor out 2 from 4. I now have 3 times, and 10 and 4 have 2 in common, so that'd be 2 times 5 over 2 times 2, because 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4. My big one here is 2 halves, which leaves me with 3 times 5 over 2, or 15 halves. The benefit of doing this in this step is that you don't have to do it at the end. So I couldn't divide, but I could simplify. Let's take a look at our last example, 3/4 times 7. We'll start by putting the multiplication in the numerator. 3 times 7 divided by 4. Can I divide? 3 can't be divided by 4, and 7 can't be divided by 4, so no, cannot divide. Can I simplify? 3 and 4 don't have any common factors, and 7 and 4 don't have any common factors. So what's left? You just multiply. You're just going to go in there and do the math. 3 times 7 is 21, and then 4 is your denominator, 21/4. Now, I might be thinking that's a lot of work, but trust me, if you can divide or simplify first, then you're less likely to forget to do it at the end. So let's take a look at tonight's practice. Here's what you'll be working on tonight. Remember, when you're multiplying an integer and a fraction, your steps are: move that multiplication into the numerator first. Ask yourself, can I divide? If so, then do it. That should be math that's mental and quick. If you can't divide, ask yourself, can I simplify out any big ones? If so, you should do it. And then finally, once you're done with your dividing and your simplifying, just multiply what you have left. Okay, so looking at the first one here, the first thing we're going to do is move the multiplication into the numerator. 7 times 16, all divided by 2. Now I'm going to ask myself that first question. Can I divide? Well, I know I can't divide 7 and 2, but can I divide 16 and 2? Yes, so I'm going to do it. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And 7 groups of 8 gives me a grand total of 56. So 7 halves of 16 is 56, and we were able to do this with dividing. For number 2, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start by moving our multiplication into the numerator. 28 times 1 over 12. I'm going to start with, can I divide? Can I divide 28 by 12? Not evenly, and I can't divide 1 by 12 either. So now I'm going to ask myself, can I simplify? Do 28 and 12 have any common factors? The answer to that is yes. Both 28 and 12 can be divided by 4. So I know that 28 is 4 times 7. And I know that 12 is 4 times 3. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove 4 from 28 and from 12. Well, what would be left? If I removed 4 from 28, I would be left with 7. I can see that down here in my product. If I removed 4 from 12, I would be left with 3. So now I have a new expression. I have 7 times 1, all divided by 12. And I can multiply that to get 7 over 12, which I know is completely simplified. I've done all the math that I can do. On to number 3. Let's start by putting our multiplication in the numerator. 2 times 12 divided by 7. Can I divide here? Well, I can't divide 2 by 7, and I can't divide 12 by 7, so no. Can I simplify? I can't simplify 2 and 7. They don't have any common factors. And 12 and 7 don't either. So if you can't divide and you can't simplify, we're just going to multiply. 2 times 12 is 24 over 7. And I know there's nothing else I can do here. This is all of the math that I can do. Uh-oh, a negative. That's okay. We're just going to bring that negative with us. Let's start by putting that negative in the numerator. Negative 36 times 5 divided by 12. Can I divide? Yes, I can divide negative 36 by 12. Negative 36 divided by 12 is negative 3. And negative 3 times 5, well, that's just negative 15. We like these. These ones are nice when you can divide. On to number 5. Let's put the multiplication in the numerator. Okay, can I divide? Well, I can't divide 5 by 8, and I can't divide negative 11 by 8, so no. Can I simplify? 5 and 8 don't have any common factors, neither do 11 and 8. So if you can't divide and you can't simplify, we're just going to multiply. 5 times negative 11 is negative 55, and 8 comes along for the ride. And that's all that we can do. Number 6, let's start by putting the multiplication in the numerator. 44 times 5 over 33. Can I divide? Well, I know I can't divide 44 by 33, and I can't divide 5 by 33, so no. But can I simplify? I feel like yes. I feel like 44 and 33 have a common factor. 44 and 33 can both be divided by 11. 44 is 11 times 4. 33 is 11 times 3. So if I factor out 11 from 44, I'm left with 4. And I factor out 11 from 33, I'm left with 3. So now my new expression is 4 times 5 divided by 3. And I can multiply that to get 20 over 3. For the last part of this video, you are going to try 7, 8, and 9, and then bring them to your teacher tomorrow. That's it for our time together. I will see you next time.